Hey everyone, it's Flex, and we're back again for another episode of Build in Isolation. By this time, you know the drill. It's just like the Build series Sydney, you know and love and tune into all the time. But because we're still staying inside to stay safe, it's from the comfort of our own homes. Today I'm virtually joined by another exceptional guest. She is a creative director, a viral artist, and you might even recognize her work from, I don't know, places like Vogue and Dior and Puma. So without further ado, please give it up for Donna Adi. Yeah, welcome so much. How are you going?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm really, really fantastic. Thank you so much for asking. Before we jump into the good stuff, I love to get context for what your experience is like. Obviously, we usually be doing this in a studio, and we're not. We're in our own, respective homes. So during isolation, tell me how it's been going for you. Where are you staying? What have you been doing? How are you feeling?
So basically, like isolation has had its effect on me, for the good. I think also maybe a bit of bad, but I would say mainly it has given me the opportunity to think about like what I really want to pursue in the future with my art career, taking a step back and being able to reflect on, how far I've come and where I want to be. And I don't think I would have been in this mental space if it hadn't been for, the corona throwing everybody back at home and, in isolation. And yeah, I have been quarantining in Tel Aviv. I should be in Paris right now. I told you that earlier. And I should be going back on Thursday to France. It's just, with the corona situation, it's very hard to get into countries right now. And even with a visa, it's pretty complicated.
And so what's quarantining in Tel Aviv been like for you?
So far it's been pretty good for me. Like the first 2 months were hard because they did a serious lockdown where you could not leave the house, and they took it very seriously and were very strict. But they have recently been a bit more lenient, and so life has pretty much gone back to normal. Everybody's, wearing their masks and gloves and, distancing between each other and being more responsible. So yeah, I am pretty happy I got stuck here because I think France was one of the worst affected countries in like the months of March and April. So yeah, I'm pretty happy that I ended up here and not there during the hardest months.
It's like a silver lining. I mean, it's hard to speak about silver linings when we're in a pandemic, but it's nice to find little bits of positivity where you can.
Exactly.
It can't all be gloom and doom. So what's been keeping you busy? I mean, are you in an environment where you can be creative?
Yeah, absolutely. So I actually kind of like took a step back, as I said, just to reflect on what I actually want. And I think one of the things that I really do enjoy is like mentoring other people in art. I always get asked a lot about like, how to get started in a career and how to do what I'm doing. So I actually started posting on my YouTube channel more consistently. And, I've been working on a lot of personal projects, a fine art collection, a lot of new projects that I am breaking into now due to the quarantine, giving me more time to focus on passion projects.
Absolutely. And it's really interesting because in times of need or stress or, any kind of discomfort, people turn to the creative industries for support and to keep sane. So if we turn to artists to keep sane, where are artists turning to?
I think we're turning to our art. I think that's actually what kept me very sane. I got to work on some cool jobs during the quarantine. I did something for Adobe. They did a huge campaign for, the heroes of today and contributing to everyone that's doing something for the, the good of the corona situation. So that really helped me of like finding someone that's a hero and working on their piece. And I did something for like League of Legends, and my art really did, having steady work during this time and being able to create during a time where I'm isolated has really helped me keep my happiness and my positivity and passion.
Absolutely. And very few people can say that their art style in particular has gone viral, but yours has. And I'd love to get some insight on like how you developed your style, what's inspired you, and kind of this trajectory from when you first started going viral in 2016 to now, June 2020.
Yeah, so I'm a big advocate for doing something that you are genuinely passionate about and being unique in your style. I think that I started this art style strictly because of my connection to fashion, art, photography, combining them into one. And I think that that authenticity really showed through my platform. I think that a lot of people try to jump on trend to whatever is going viral, and they find themselves in a place where it's not working because someone already did it. So I think that due to the fact that I was one of the first in 2016 to start this style of artwork, it went viral right away. I think it was within the first 2-3 months that I was posting it online that it started to get posted massively online as well. And, I had a lot of celebrities as well post my work, Hayley Bieber, Gigi Hadid, and several other influencers. And that really helped catapult my career of like just being recognized by a lot of different, I would say the word influential people. Yeah. And the advice that I would have for others when starting an art career or anything in the creative industry is to stay true to what drives your creative force and to project that through your creativity. And I find it very important today to do something unique and special that defines you as an artist.
Absolutely. And you mentioned just earlier that, you had people like Gigi Hadid and Hayley Bieber reposting your work. Have you ever had any personal positive reinforcement from them? A nice DM, a nice comment?
I have. I don't know if it would make them happy, for me to publicize that, but I have, and I just find it very beautiful and sweet that they feel the need to, or not even need, but that they would reach out and write some positivity to me, because it just kind of, it is very motivating, and it's very, in my opinion, very nice to keep people going with positive words, especially with people who don't need to do that.
Absolutely. And I mentioned earlier that you'd work with people like Vogue and Nike and Dior, but coming across some work you did at the Met Gala was incredible. And that is such a career milestone. Can you tell us more about that whole experience?
Yeah, of course. I mean, that was with Michael Kors, and I previously did the graffiti collection with Michael Kors. So I think that it was a great experience, and they took me on to work with them on the Met Gala, and they dressed Gigi Hadid, Zoe Saldana, Bette Midler, her daughter, Tiffany Haddish, and there was one more, don't remember. Emily Blunt. So basically,
so just so many amazing people. That's incredible.
Yeah, it was amazing. And we planned it prior to the Met Gala, and I got to see all of the different dresses and the options of what they would wear on that day, and we were able to come up with patterns for the art and start to formulate what the end look would be like. And then the plan was to push these pieces out the second these girls hit the red carpet. So it was a very fast thing. I had to do a lot of preparation in advance of understanding what we would do and what the end goal would look like, and just push them out right away. And it was a great success, and I'm very excited and happy that I got to be a part of that experience, and to be able to, contribute in my own way artistically to this amazing gala.
Absolutely. You've done a ton of cool stuff in your career thus far, but do you have any dream gigs? If I could just hand to you the most amazing brief with the most amazing client, what would you be doing, and who with?
So I actually have plenty of dream gigs that I want to do. And I guess one of the things on my goal list is to do a product design with one of my favorite designers, which could be Gucci or Fendi. And the reason why I pick these brands is because I really do appreciate their attention to detail and their need to invest in the arts. I think a lot of brands get categorized as, something more in the materialistic realm. And I just really appreciate the fact that it invests in creativity and design and detail and construction. And I would love to be a part of that as a whole. And, that would be something amazing. And I have been in negotiations with several brands to do product design, but hopefully I'll land one of the dream clients for myself.
Gucci, Fendi, if you're listening, you know what to do. And of course, what do you have coming up? When you're able to go back to Paris and settle back into your routine, what's happening?
So I just finished building a studio right now in Paris. And I just finished a commercial for Barbie. So that should be released soon. I'm working on a fine art collection, which will be in a gallery in France, on a very awesome street in Paris. So I'll be featured in an art gallery there. I'm working again on my YouTube channel, my merchandise for my website. So there's a lot of exciting things coming up, and I'm very eager to go back and start pushing these projects out.
It's all happening, and I'm so grateful that you share your time with us. You seem extremely busy, but this has been really, really awesome, Donna. Thank you again for joining us on Build. I hope you have a lovely time in Tel Aviv, and I hope you make your way back to Paris very, very, very soon.
Thank you.
And
Thank
for you
you.
at home watching, again, thanks so much for tuning in to Build in Isolation. We have hours and hours and hours of amazing content. You know where to find it. Make sure you tune in and send us suggestions on who you'd like us to speak to next. See ya.